The Gina and Matty podcast.
Time for some news that Suze didn't use. I don't know. Fabulous Susie Thompson, who I scared the living daylights out of this morning. Arriving at work. We arrived at work at the exact same time. I was following her for a bit too. And even when someone's following you on the road at that time in the morning and they're right behind you, and then you turn right at the at the roundabout, then turn right to come into the station, then go right up next to her in the car park in my black four-wheel drive. Yeah. And she's I was like, "Morning, Suze." So you know what? She's got a big enough job on her hands looking after the news at the top and the bottom of the hour. So I'll do some of the stuff that Suze doesn't use in the news, and it is on. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will face off at a press conference on Sunday, August 18, in an event that will be open to fans at the inaugural Fanatics Fest NYC. So the backstory is these two are going to be doing a live fight on Netflix. So Netflix are starting to work their way into more live stream stuff. Yeah. So they did the Tom Brady roast. That was one of their live things. They did a whole bunch of live stand-up for Funny As festival, but now they're moving into the sport world as well. So Mike Tyson, former heavyweight champion of the world, Jake Paul, YouTuber? Yeah. So they're going to be fighting. Mike Tyson, 58, up against a 27-year-old.
I was just about to ask how old Mike Tyson is.
58. Now, he's been hospitalised. His health hasn't been great. So
what's he thinking?
This has been money.
Because even if he gets knocked out, how much does he get paid?
Well, I don't know, but it would be stacks. It would be like Netflix have got some serious coin. And
in the gazillions.
Like maybe even times 10 that. But now people are coming out going, Mike, it's not worth it. Think of your health, think of it anyway. So it's happening. The fight is on November 15. It's going to be live streamed, like I said, on Netflix. And this is the first time that Jake Paul and Tyson will come face to face since the bout was rescheduled. So, look, I'm not a boxing or UFC kind of guy, but I will definitely be watching that.
My husband will
It's appointment viewing. It's just it's one of those things. It's just, you've got to see it. But anyway, moving on. Leonardo DiCaprio. Good old Leo. Just
doing it tough.
Doing it tough in Sardinia on a super yacht with his 26-year-old girlfriend, which surprised me.
She's nearly out.
Well, it's 25 is when he normally taps out.
She must be nervous.
Well, there's rumours that she's been rocking a diamond ring, and whether or not Leo's finally grown up. And he's going to lock her down, but I'd be very nervous if I was.
I'd be nervous,
Vittoria Serretti. Anyway, so they're on the super yacht doing their thing around Sardinia, and he's been stung by a jellyfish.
Oh, how dare that jellyfish?
Oh, no. But to be fair, the jellyfish was kinder than Rose because it didn't let him drown.
Oh, that's true.
It's like, jellyfish let him get out of the water. So there's plenty of room on that boat, mate. You can still get out. Hanging out there with his mate Tobey Maguire as well, who has a very young girlfriend as well. Former Spider-Man Tobey Maguire.
He looks really young, though. He looks about 12, doesn't he, Tobey Maguire? Don't you think he's got a really young baby face?
50 or something, I think Tobey is. And his girlfriend is only 3 years older than his eldest daughter. 20 is his girlfriend, I think, and his daughter is 17.
Toby!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nah.
I'll leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Hurricane Debbie has brought more than just powerful winds and a storm surge to Florida. Packages of cocaine worth more than $1 million made landfall, officials said, marking the latest string of recent discoveries along the shores of Florida. Now, Debbie, which slammed into the state as a Category 1 hurricane, has since been downgraded to a tropical storm. It washed the drugs ashore into the Florida Keys, and the Border Patrol Acting Chief Agent Samuel Briggs wrote on social media, Hurricane Debbie blew the packages of cocaine onto a beach and into properties on the Florida Keys. Now, he posted a couple of images of the packages. Briggs said the trove of drugs, which has a street value of more than $1 million, was found by a good Samaritan who just picked up the phone and, yo, is this the police? Yeah, just letting you know there's 26, there's 25 packages here that have been washed up on the shore. Could you imagine? Like the storm. What's this? Turns out Debbie isn't such a downer after all.
Gina and Matty.
I've been trying to wrap my head around Gen Z.
Oh, gosh.
Now, CJ's Gen Z. We were talking about this last week, all the different generations. And producer CJ showed me yesterday this thing on TikTok where all of her...
She just showed you TikTok.
on the TikTok.
This is TikTok, Gina.
I don't even have it. I'm not even kidding. And how her generation all wear white shoes everywhere, even when they go out dancing and clubbing and pubs and all the fun
my
things.
work shoe, my clubbing shoe, all the same. Nike Air Forces. They
Air
don't
Forces,
change.
they're such a good shoe. Though,
They
aren't
are.
Not
Very
sponsored.
versatile.
Not sponsored.
And
Asics
my-
are great too. Let's just clear that
yeah,
up. We
they're
love
the best.
Asics.
Oh,
like
we
Asics
do.
are the best. But
Well, my generation, when I was your age, we would wear high heels that hurt. Like if we went out and you just suffer the pain.
Switch it up a bit, don't you?
Yeah, or all different shoes, whereas you just do the one. So that's and I did a little survey in the office here this morning. 75% of our office have white shoes. What do you got on today, Matty?
I got my white Air Force on.
Me too, white.
Ooh, look at all
and
of
you're,
us.
So we're
And
100%
I'm
in the
white, yeah.
studio right now. It's a real thing. But it got me thinking about the differences between our generations, like the way we speak as well. So we've noticed a few weeks ago, you didn't know what a counter meal was. Remember that?
Come again?
Yeah, counter
Counter meal.
Go get a countery from the pub, which is just like
I
ordering.
remember,
Yeah.
but I had to learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you know, have you ever heard Slim Pickens, what that is?
No.
So it's a new Sabrina Carter song. Side note.
Sabrina who?
Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, you got it.
That's
thought
what I
you
said.
Oh.
I'm sure I said that. I meant to say that. Slim Pickens, and that means there's not much to choose from. At the end of my tether, do you know what that means?
No.
I've had enough. I've just about had enough.
Well, what's a tether?
Don't know. I guess it's a thing. It's a thing that you're at the end of.
yeah.
Scantily clad,
No.
hardly
idea.
any clothes on. That's your generation. And hold your horses. You know what that means,
yeah,
right?
to be stable.
Yeah. And you had some words like lit. What's lit mean?
Ooh, lit means like I'm getting lit tonight, like I'm going out and having a good
Party.
one.
Do you still say lit? I
Yeah, it's a bit
I
of
thought
a-
lit got
It's
cancelled.
a bit like YOLO. It's a bit
Oh,
on the
yeah,
go.
What's low key mean?
Ooh, so it's like I'm low key slaying, like I'm slaying but on the down low.
Makes no sense.
Oh, and then I had to tell you, I was telling Gina all about slaying, and I was like, put down slaying as a word that I can teach you, and she spelt it like slay, as in Santa's sleigh.
Jingle bells.
I was like, no, Gina.
So low key slay, what is that? You still didn't explain what that is.
Well, you're not trying too hard,
Yeah,
I'd
like
imagine.
subtle,
You're
subtle.
You're
Okay.
subtly awesome. Oops, what did I just say? Subtly awesome.
I looked up some myself. Stan, now it's not short for Stanley. It's a combination of stalker and fan. And if you stan someone, it means you're obsessed, but not in a creepy way.
Yeah, I'm a
That's
Gina
cool.
stan.
Just for those people
Oh,
playing
hi,
at
Jane
home,
Stan.
a tether is to
you.
tie an animal with a rope or chain as to restrict its movement. The horse has been tethered to the post.
Thank you for
So
that.
you are at the end of your tether if you are a horse tied up to something.
There you go. W. What do you reckon W would stand for, Matty?
That's the win.
Oh, he's going in
Yeah,
the Z's.
yeah.
Dank. What about if something is dank?
That's no good. It's that bad that it's dank.
Opposite. High quality, very high quality.
Oh.
Salty. Do you know what salty is?
Yeah. The salty was me after the first state of origin. I was
You
very
were
A
salty.
salty
So-
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big yikes. Do you know what that is?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, big yikes is like, oh my gosh, that's like, oh, what have they done? That's real, that's a big fail. Big yikes.
Yeah. Embarrassed. Bougie. We know this one. We
Bougie.
use this word. Is bougie still cool to say bougie,
Yeah,
CJ?
that's fancy.
I like bougie. Like finna. What do you think finna? Finna. Finna.
No idea. I think that's...
I'm going to. That's an American one.
Right.
Cap.
No lie. Cap, no lie.
It means, authentic or truthful.
Mm-hmm.
And you were so cool. I didn't realise how cool you were. I've known you all this time and didn't know. Camp. We've been using camp incorrectly.
Oh, well, I've been called camp all my life.
Well, you're going to like it now because
Why?
it's something that is ironically trendy, like your Crocs.
I feel like that came into surface recently because that was a theme at the Met Gala a few years ago was camp, and all the celebrities came in their big, bold outfits. So that's...
Is that the one where Jared Leto turned up as a cat?
No, I think that was after a famous designer. But
Right, okay.
Yeah, a lot of celebrities
Oh,
bought that one back.
Cool.
I'll tell you what, it's giving we're running late at the moment, but we'll...
Last one,
Okay,
snack.
okay.
Snack.
I'm a snack.
Yeah.
Gina and Matty.
But right now, let's go! Off to Paris and find out what has been happening overnight in Paris. And oh my lord. No, Avril, she was a skater girl. Arissa True is a name that you're going to be hearing a lot of today and into the next couple of days, I'm sure. 14-year-old Arissa True from the Gold Coast in absolute scenes has won gold in the women's park event in the skateboarding program in Paris. She has now become Get this, G. Australia's youngest Olympic gold medalist at 14 years and 86 days.
Isn't that great?
So good. We've seen some of the interviews she's been doing around. She's talking about how schoolmates are all stayed up late and watched it. Just funnily enough, I just woke up and I was like, oh, God. And I did that dreaded thing of just looking at my phone to see what the time was. And I was like, oh, what's going on? And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get up and watch it. And I'm so glad I did. So glad. I got to see her drop her third and final run where she got 93 points or something like that. She fell over on her first run.
Yeah.
And then a second one, she clawed it back. And then she had to drop something huge in that last one. And she did. Skateboarding legend Tony Hawk was there. And he said she absolutely deserved it. She is leading the way. Right, Tony Hawk is saying this about a 14-year-old from the Gold Coast. She is leading the way of what is possible in skateboarding and women's skateboarding. We are so lucky to have her in our sport. Oh, my
Isn't
God.
that great?
So good. As a parent, I'd just be an absolute mess if that was Tony Hawk was talking about my kids.
And CJ was saying off air that she's too young to stay in the Olympic Village, so she's staying with her parents.
Too young to drink. Too young to vote, too young to stay in the village, but she has a gold medal for Australia, which is fantastic news. We are currently sitting on the leaderboard for a third, which is this far into a games is incredible. Australia sitting in third. And just as a side note, I thought I'd throw out there as well, the Fox sisters, if they were a country, they would be sitting at 16 on the medal tally, ahead of the Ukraine, Croatia, Belgium, Hong Kong, Philippines, Azerbaijan, Serbia, Israel, Spain, Switzerland, Georgia, the Fox sisters above
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I love them.
They're so good. And if anyone from the marketing department at Colgate is listening, sign them up. They have got some of the best teeth I've ever seen.
Beautiful
those two.
teeth.
And listening to all the commentators and broadcasters in the last 24 hours trying to get their head around Noami's name, it's just been hilarious.
It's like
as well.
No Amy. Yes,
No
Amy.
Yeah,
no
Amy.
Amy.
No Amy. Yeah. Lucky we're with No Amy. Let's go to the bikes. Let's have a chat at what's going on there.
Bicycle. I want to ride my
Australia has won a thriller in the men's team sprint. They got a bronze medal in a showdown against France. Sprint legends Matt Glatsier, Lee Hoffman, Matt Richardson helped Australia into the bronze medal scrap after beating China in the heats. The Australian men fought back after trailing in the opening lap to defeat the French by 0.3 seconds. Absolutely incredible. Meanwhile, I'm throwing myself in there as well.
Take the credit.
Yeah, why not? We smashed the men's team pursuit world record to put Australia in the frame for its first Olympic gold in the track discipline since 2004. So we're going to face off against Great Britain in the final for the gold medal tomorrow morning our time. So could be another gold.
You'll be up early again.
Oh no, tell me about it. I'm looking forward to sleeping again soon. We've made it through to the final four of the women's water polo after an inspired 9-6 win over Greece early this morning. I was listening to that on the way into work this morning. It was great. An epic 5-goal haul to Alice Williams has helped guide us, the Aussie Stingers, to within one win of an Olympic medal, and they weren't slated to make the final four here, so they are punching well above their weight. Sad news, for the Boomers. They lost 95-90 in their quarterfinal against Serbia after Paddy Mills sent the game into overtime with a late basket. That guy's a freak. They coughed up, though, a 24-point lead in a heartbreaking end to their games campaign. I wouldn't be reading the comments if I was the coach of the Boomers. A lot of people are out for him.
No.
Yeah, with just a lot of the decisions he made in substitutions and bench play there. And it seems to be a common thread through quite a few of the comments. So I'm no basketball expert, but I don't know if he will stay the head coach of the Boomers or not. He might end up like the Matildas coach.
Hanging out, having a beer.
See you later. Just quickly, Matt Wern's quest to go back-to-back for the first time. Back-to-back gold in the men's dinghy has been put on hold after the medal race was postponed for at least a day due to the weather conditions. So he is in the sailing. Basically, he is that far ahead. All he needs to do is finish in the top 7 and he will pick up gold. So that could be another gold on the horizon for us.
Is that the sailing that looks like windsurfing kind of with a wide board?
No, they're actually in the little boats.
Oh.
They're in the. It sounds so condescending, but they are just little. They're dinghies. They're little boats with the sail, and so he will be.
Bigger than a sailboat.
He'll be going for back-to-back gold, which was never been done before. And quick shout out as well to we just watched it happen. The ladies in the beach volleyball, they are through to the semi-finals, beating the Swiss team, and Ellie Cole This was great. A 17-year-old high schooler is the 7th best women's 10-metre platform diver in the world after her breakout debut at the Olympics against a highly competitive field. Watching this last night, they cut to the school and they had all the kids in the school hall.
Isn't that lovely?
And they were watching, I think it was PLC down there in Sydney, and all the kids were watching. She was sensational. In her final dive, she pulled off a whole bunch of 8s from the judges to get her to the 7th place in the diving. So big congratulations to her. But oh my Lord, more gold medals. Australia, absolutely unreal. That is the Paris update.
The Gina and Matty podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.